Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bowling.
Hey, CB, what did you want to talk about today? Anything new happening?
You know, I remember you had a great topic about relationships.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's something that's been on my mind coming into a new year, and some of the opportunities that have come to us from prospects and prospective clients that told us no, that,
Yeah,
no, thank you.
yeah,
I think back to now, almost 6 years of working alongside you, and how many of our clients that we brought together have come because they had said no. They said not now. They didn't agree with our ideas of how to make changes. They weren't ready for it. It wasn't the right timing. And we stayed in relationship with that organization, and something changed. And we've got situations where we've been told no 2 or 3 times. It just wasn't
right.
the right time. We
Yeah,
continue to bring ideas. We stay in touch with them. I think coming into this year, we've got closing in on 10 opportunities to bring on new clients that have said no at some point in the past. And you and I just have done a good job of being in relationship and not burning a bridge and saying, you told me no and I'm going to cut you off and I'm never going to come talk to you again. And these things change. And whether that be our prospective clients, whether it be our competitors, whether it be our the people that you run into and meet, I've been impressed with the number of relationships that are coming back full circle for us here coming into a new year.
you've been so good at that. Where the older population is, well, no means no forever. Yeah. and,
Yeah,
and you were the one of like, no just means no today. But what I will once again applaud you on is continually, constantly staying in front of them and providing good content, not just, hey, how's it going? It was, both of us remembering their needs. And whenever we would find some material out there that we knew that would give them some direction,
pass it
sending
along.
it to them without any expectation, without following up with a phone call. Hey, now can we meet? It was just continuously figuring out what content they needed.
And in these last 2 3 years, we've had so much change, so many things have come at us that we're trying to make sense of. And it's part of us going back to us being the advisors, being the ones that want to share ideas. And
Yeah.
that's what we're good at. We're good at providing advice. We're good at providing new ideas and new ways to do things. And some people find value in that, some people don't. But yeah, there's so much of that being shared out that they're finally thinking about, hey, I remember when Chris and Chris mentioned this, maybe we do need to call them, or maybe we do need to meet with them again.
Right.
It's been remarkable to see.
But part of that is being a good listener. It's
Yes.
not showing up and throwing up. it's yes, we provided good advice based on what we heard, not just this fits everybody, because you and I both know that we've got how many clients that we know this works well for this one. We know darn well it will not work for that one. So I
The
think
shelf solution is not there. We've got so many tools and resources to provide, but you're right. We have to hear what they need, and maybe that's part of it too. You and I have done, I think, a better job of asking good questions and then shutting up and listening to
yes,
that potential client, or to that client, to find out what is it that they really need. And probably hearing that from them, as opposed to us telling them like we would have done earlier in our career, it triggers more thoughts that, oh, they said this, so maybe I should share this idea with them, because I
right.
remember back to that conversation. I
Uh,
don't know. We're starting to learn some stuff.
Right. And it's digging deeper. Okay, you said this, but expand on that. Help us understand what that means to you as an organization. And this is where, once again, I'll applaud you, is we'll look at each person in the organization. How does that impact you?
Yes.
Is it going to impact the CFO completely different than HR? HR assistants, HR directors.
Right.
So, that's something that I think has changed so much in the last 5 years. Is before it was the CFO or the CEO made that decision, where today none of those decisions are being made by one person. It's a team decision. And I think that's where, once again, I think excel is bringing everyone in that room. You say it best. If you had a 50% increase on your renewal, who would be sitting in the room to figure this out?
Yeah, that
Those are the
crisis.
people we need.
And so often, even these employers that we're meeting with multiple times, or we've met with, before, and they didn't have an interest in working with us, whatever reason, even coming back in a second time or a third time and getting that group together, they're learning things from that dialogue. It is amazing how little those decision-making team members get together to talk about these sorts of things when it comes to benefit strategy. They are together in a crisis mode. They are together in strategic planning, but having their own inner dialogue within each position just doesn't happen. And I know it's making their companies better because they are starting to understand each other better.
Right.
It's important to them. And I don't think anyone's really taking enough time to ask that.
No. When you look at our 90-minute discovery meeting,
yeah,
I would think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I bet less than 10 minutes is on insurance.
Yeah, I would totally agree. We do need to know some of those basics, but so much of it is, what do you want your employees to experience when it comes to benefits? How do you as a team make decisions financially, or what is the goal of the company as you're trying to hire employees? Those are so different, and I love that part of it. I mean, we call it discovery meeting because that's what it is, but it's we're truly learning something new about those companies each and every time.
Yeah. So when I started in 1990, 100% of the conversation was about insurance. It was, get the quote, get multiple quotes.
2003, I memorized a specific, employer meeting script that I followed to a T. I mean, I could recite that probably right now. I'm not going to all these years later, because that's what you did. You were there to tell, you were there to convince, you were there to show up and throw up your presentation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you have the site seller? Did you have like the prepared documents that you would, walk through slides and all of that? And
laminated.
Oh boy.
Laminated in a binder. And you just kept turning the page. Oh God. I mean, talk about boring the crap out of people.
I think it helped us get structure in what it means to deliver a message.
Yes.
It is totally different when you are asking questions and you don't know where those questions are going to go.
No.
You have to be a good listener, like you said, and you have to be genuinely interested in their outcome in order to open that door and ask an open-ended question.
Yeah. Don't know what you're going to get.
And to be able to pivot on that, that's the other thing too. When we're talking about relationships, you and I being able to work together in these situations, whether it be virtually or we're meeting with that employer in person, you and I do a good job of asking questions and then each of us listening for that next cue to step in and continue to dig a bit deeper. It's not possible to do that on our own. And that's probably what you and I did early on in sales, is we were
at
our own agenda because it was just us in there to make the sale versus us trying to find a solution.
Yeah, which once again, following that script, you weren't listening. You were just talking,
You're just waiting for them to answer so you could ask the next in line question or
the page 10 since you answered yes.
What a world it is totally changed for us. But
amen. Yeah.
I was just thinking through relationships and how if we're asking good questions, we're listening, we're truly engaged in that organization's best outcome. We may not be a fit today, but we will someday maybe be thought of. And I know that's coming true for us now in 2022 with so many opportunities. And these are fun companies. I am very excited to work with them. They do good things. They care about their employees and they fit well with us. So.
Yeah. So basically the message to anybody listening is, number one, get together more often than just the renewal.
Yes.
Get all the people in the right room and ask hard questions for everyone to figure out, what do we want this thing to look like a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? And you'll learn so much about your organization,
Absolutely. Good connecting with you, CB. Thanks for talking today.
My friend, we'll see you.